So this is the director's feedback on the Lies of P demo, and I'm really excited just because, as you guys are already aware, I've been playing the demo. I am excited to see where this game goes, and I'm trying to figure out my decisions on whether or not to really play it for the game because it shows signs of online multiplayer, despite other people saying no, there's no multiplayer in the upcoming game. But the star fragments gives you a really telltale sign that there may be a way to implement that. I don't know, but we'll see what the director says, and I'm excited. I really am thinking about playing this game for how much fun I had. Granted, I only fought the first boss, so we'll see what happens.
안녕하세요.
I don't know why he's wearing a bucket, but sure, I will respect that you choose the bucket life.
피해 거짓을
Okay.
개발하고 있는 총괄 디렉터 최지원입니다. 이렇게 영상으로나마 여러분들과 만나게 되어 신나고 반갑습니다.
So from what I'm learning is that the Lies of P demo released like with 2 million downloads, so that's a pretty good reaction because everybody, if you're a fan of Souls, you're gonna like this because this plays on a lot of elements.
데모가 공개된 게 한국 시간으로 새벽 4시인가 그랬는데요. 썸머 게임 페스트를 기다리면서 저희들도 그대로 밤을 새웠습니다. 또 많이 긴장도 되더라고요. 처음 플레이 가능한 버전을 선보이게 돼가지고 저희가 걱정 반 기대 반이었는데 여러분들께서 좋은 만들 그리고 응원, 피드백들을 많이 주셔가지고 흥분되는 나날을 보내고 있습니다.
Because like again, so who knows? He wants to directly like talk about it because again, this scene, I have not come to this area of the game quite yet, but I'm very excited to see what it has in store. Yeah, I want to.
지난 9일 피해 거짓 데모 버전을 저희가 공개를 했습니다. 정말 많은 분들이 플레이를 해주시고 의견을 주셨습니다. 저희도 고민했던 부분, 저희가 미처 생각하지 못했던 그러한 부분들에 대한 이야기들도 있어가지고 그러한 부분에 대해서 디렉터로서 한번 생각을 미리 말씀드리고 싶었고 또한 데모를 경험해 주신 플레이어분들이 걱정하시는 부분들에 대해서 저희가 어떻게 대응할 것인지를 먼저 소개해 드리고 싶어서 이 영상을 준비하게 됐습니다.
A feedback regarding the dodge. Yeah, so like when I was fighting the parade master, the dodging was a little bit like funky, just because there was a situation where like I had to. Again, it was really funny to where there was like a situation where, there was a point of which I could not upgrade my character anymore. So it's like, oh shoot, so am I not able to increase my stamina anymore? But it turns out like the jumps, some people are having better dodging reactions when they changed weapons versus when I used the swashbuckler's like big sword, my dodges were a lot slower. So if it's tied to how much you weigh, then it should make you faster the lighter you are, right? But I had a different dodging reaction because of the weapon. I don't know.
네, 해피를 가장 많이 언급해 주시고 우려해 주시더라고요. 그래서 데모 플레이하는 영상도 저희들이 많이 찾아봤습니다. 그리고 해피와 가드는 피해 거짓에 있어서 피기관처럼 사실 매우 중요한 요소고
I haven't gotten a chance to use the P organ yet at the time of recording, so I definitely wait. Here's the way to turn off subs. Uh, so like I wasn't able to like, so I received a P organ, but I haven't been able to really use it quite yet, and the guarding is tough. Parry's been hard for me, but like I understand it's a skill issue.
거든요. 네, 플레이 구조상 매우 신중하게 다뤄야 하는 부분이기도 하고요. 무적 유지 시간이나 거리 등 여러 가지 요소와 수정 시 영향받는 부분들에 대해서 제작진들이 다방면으로 검토하고
Invincibility frames, distance mechanics, and like yeah, definitely. So there's like there was times where I can spam the dodging that helped me get within the iframes of like the parade master's swing, but in terms of distance from me dodging to the right, it hasn't really changed. There were some times to where when I was dodging, I would still stay in place, but run into things to keep me like in frame of that one spot to where I can dodge it, sure, but it just ruins like the animation of me trying to go farther from the enemy.
하고 있습니다. 그래서 재미는 유지하면서 보다 나은 전투 경험을 전달해드리기 위해 모든 개발진들이 노력하고 있어요. 9월 19일까지 조금만
September 19th, is that when the game's released? For additional improvements. What kind of like I did have an issue with the heavy weapon because for the great sword I was expecting myself to swing left and right for momentum instead of just having to do that swinging motion. I had to like run. I had to initiate a run and then attack, which then allowed me to swing slash the enemy versus at the base stance. It forced me to stab then cut. When with a big weapon, if you don't have the strength to hoist it next to your hip and then plunge, if you don't have that strength to do that, you're so slow. So it would make more sense to where if you had a heavy weapon, you would swing it and move with the momentum.
전투 관련해서도 마지막까지 다양한 요소들을 검토하고 있어요. 먼저 조작감에 대해서 저희들이 개선 중인데 캐릭터의 기본 이동부터 로그온 그리고 카메라 조작 등에 대해서도 저희들이 쾌적한 조작감을 전달드리기 위해서 다양한 요소에 걸쳐서 최종 마무리를 진행하고 있습니다. 그리고 피해 거짓에 있어서 플레이어들에게 최고의 타격감을 선사하는 것이
I'm gonna fight that boss soon, and I don't know if I'll love it or hate it. You can get a hammer. I'm excited to get that hammer. But what is that? But like, see over here. What is that? I'm excited to find out because I thought this here was a gauge of like your specials. So it looks like this is a handle that's attached to the saber. That's interesting.
저희들의 목표이기 때문에 사운드나 이펙트 그리고 모션 등도 저희들이 최선을 다해서 폴리싱을 진행을 하고 있습니다. 또 엇박자라고 하죠. 몬스터들 공격에 있어서 좀 더 플레이어들이 직관적인 대처를 하실 수 있도록 정박과 엇박에 대해서도 저희들이 여러 가지 부분에 대해서도 조정을 하고 다듬고 있습니다. 네, 꼭 많이 기대해 주세요.
How do you plan to enhance readability to make it more user friendly? Because like some of the texts were hard to read for
사실
some.
저희는 매우 방대한 시스템하고 컨텐츠를 준비를 했어요. 그래서 데모와 소개 영상에서 보여드리는 부분은 정말 극히 일부분이거든요. 그래서 크고 작은 이벤트들이 본편에 기다리고 있을 겁니다. 그래서 피해 거짓만의 매력적인 이야기와 이벤트들 그리고 시스템들을 보다 원활하게 즐기실 수 있도록 튜토리얼이나 가이드도 마지막까지 저희들이 보강을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 저희 게임을 통해 처음 소울라이크를 플레이하시는 분도 계실 텐데 소울라이크라는 장르가 이런 재미가 있구나 차근차근히 해나가면은 어렵지 않구나 이런 부분을 많이 느끼실 수 있으면 좋겠고 그래서 앞으로 소울라이크라는 장르를 플레이하시는 분들이 더욱더 많아졌으면 좋겠다는 바람입니다.
Okay. Because again, like for some people who sees this, which is a story that takes after the tales of the adventures of Pinocchio, which is very different from the original like Disneyland like rendition. Like this is a very different kind of Pinocchio for some people. So to introduce it in a way that's very useful for it to succeed, I feel like this game has to be very approachable because this is their first title as a distributor, as a producer. So to make it on par with Bloodborne would be a mistake. To make it starting difficulty on par with Elden Ring or Dark Souls may or may not destroy like the release of the game.
네, 이번 많은 플레이어 분들께서 최적화에 대해서 칭찬을 많이 해주신 점.
If running is it's running so beautifully without any mess. I'm impressed. Live speed demo on PC works 100% with my thing. Okay. So optimization plans. Okay.
먼저 감사의 말씀 드리고 싶습니다. 정말 개발진 분들이 많은 노력을 기울였던 부분이거든요. 플레이하는 분들께서 바로 가르쳐 주시니까 정말 기분이 너무 좋았습니다. 하지만 아직도 저희가 조금이라도 더 좋아질 수 있는 부분들이 있을지 검토하고 있어요. 본편에는 데모보다 더 좋아진 그래픽과 최적화된 환경으로 플레이하실 수 있을 겁니다. 많이 언급하셨던 로딩 속도도 이미 본편에서는 어느 정도 저희들이 의미 있게 단축시켰거든요. 최상의 그래픽과 안정된 프레임으로 완벽한 플레이 환경을 경험해 보시길 바랍니다.
Having a level. Many players have addressed their opinions on having to level up at Hotel Kratz. I mean, like, if you're not into, if you were introduced to the series before, I think it makes perfect sense to where in order to like level up or to modify your character, you can't just level it up on the spot. It makes it makes plot sense that you need a mechanic. It makes sense to where like up until you fight the parade master that skills checks you, you can only upgrade yourself so much. But with the master mechanic that's working alongside Geppetto, it makes sense to go to Hotel Kratz, which is a sanctuary, and in the same way that you talk to a shrine maiden in Dark Souls, or if you talk to a maiden in Elden Ring, you talk to the one person that is safe and can help with your optimization and your level up. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense in all the past games. There's a safe place like in Bloodborne. There's like the Hunter's Dream, where you can level up your character. I believe. I haven't beaten it yet, but please, I'm trying to like level up to that. But essentially, like to have a Hotel Kratz as a place to level up, that's fine.
네. 별바라기에서 지속적으로 레벨업을 하지 못하는 것이 불편하다는 의견이 꽤 많으시더라고요. 네, 이해합니다. 저희도 알고 있는데 그런데 굳이 왜 이렇게 의도적으로 불편하게 해두었냐를 조금 설명드리자면 사실 데모에서는 거의 나온 게 없다 싶을 정도로 저희가 준비해둔 이야기가 많아요. 그리고 피해 거짓에 있어서 크라토 호텔은 모든 이야기의 출발점이자 중심점이거든요. 별바라기 UI를 열었을 때 크라토 호텔이 다른 별바라기 위치들하고 배치가 살짝 다른 것도 사실 저희가 의도한 것이고요. 호텔에서는 많은 사건과 이벤트가 계속 발생하고 그리고 소피아가 들려주는 이야기도 굉장히 중요합니다. 그래서 이런 내러티브를 적절하게 게임 내에서 풀어내는 방안을 고민하다 보니 이런 구조가 되었는데 그래서 레벨업 위치를 다른 곳으로 조정하는 것이 사실 쉽지가 않아요. 하지만 본편에서는 로딩 속도가 단축되면서 조금 더 쾌적한 플레이를 즐기실 수 있을 것으로 예상됩니다.
Yeah, so reducing in order to reduce the loading time between teleporting would help the fluidity. But for Sophia to stay at Hotel Kratz and to be your mechanic along with Geppetto, that makes so much sense. It makes perfect sense in terms of like the plot points and the severity and like the plot significance of that place. If you were allowed to just modify yourself out in the open, in theory, you would be increasingly be in danger. You'd be in danger of attacks when you think about it in like the retrospective. Something similar is in Neo, where Neo is kind of a bad place to do it, but you're under the protection of divine. You're under divine protection. Like presumably, when you go to the shrines to save, recover your items, and that's a place that allows you to upgrade your like character, that to level up your character. That's different where within the context of that game, shrines, when divinely powered, allegedly keeps away the demons. But when a demon is already present and you're not praying, it will prevent you from praying to like level up. So it's plot significant, it's gameplay significant.
불편하다고 느끼실 수 있는데 아마 본편을 플레이하시면서 피해 거짓의 세계를 즐기시다 보면 굉장히 자연스럽게 호텔을 드나들게 되지 않을까 싶습니다. 사실 호텔에 저희가 숨겨둔 것들이 정말 많거든요. 지금 여기서 다 말씀을 못 드린다는 게 너무 아쉽고 죄송합니다. 사운드야말로 액션 플레이에 있어서 놓칠 수 없는
Sure, let's hear about it. Because provide more explanation on how the sounds are planning the change? Like the sounds like from like the clockworks to the steams seems fine. So I don't know why that needs to change.
없는 요소라고 생각합니다. 보다 사운드의 입체감을 강화해서 전투 중 시야에 적이 보이지 않더라도 이들을 감지할 수 있도록 보강하는 작업을 진행 중입니다. 또한 환경 사운드도 지속적으로 폴리싱하고 있거든요. 여러분이 실제로 이 세계 안에 있는 것 같은 경험을 하실 수 있도록 저희들이 많은 노력을 들이고 있습니다. 그리고 음악이 좋다. 게임
The
내에서
music.
더 나오냐? 라고 많이 물어보시던데 자신 있게 답변 드릴 수 있습니다. 물론입니다.
The music's really good.
이미 솔라이크를 사랑하시는 플레이어분들뿐만 아니라 피해 거짓으로 처음 이 장르를 플레이해 보시는 분들 모두
Yeah, so like they want to cater not only to veterans of Souls-like games, but to first-time players. When I played Bloodborne for the first time, it wasn't very approachable for me because I could, other than leaving the hospital table and the clinic, I could not move forward because there's like a bridge you go up, and then on that bridge there's two massive dogs. I will probably try to play again on the channel. I don't know. It's a recurring like problem of like, won't I finish the game? But that bridge has been such a bane to my side that I might just try to figure out. Okay, what if I just rush through that? Because I'm not capable of hunting those guys just yet. What if I just rush through that and figure it out from there? But again, it's hard to say like. But like when I first played Neo, that was more approachable to me because I played it solo for a while before I got friends involved, before the Ocha Cups allowed me to summon characters, in the same way that Star Fragments can have a chance to just bring people in. Because I know they said in other documents prior that it is a solo experience, but you're allowed to summon specters. So what if rather than summoning specters, you summon other stalkers, hunters that are in the similar vein of Pinocchio, but different? I don't know. I think star fragments are gonna. I want star fragments to be a material used for multiplayer options.
저에게 너무 소중합니다. 전 세계 게이머분들이 데모를 플레이하시고 다양하게 주신 피드백들을 저희들은 열심히 확인하고 검토 중에 있어요. 이미 반영한 것도 꽤 되거든요. 앞으로 데모 플레이를 하시고 많은 의견 남겨주세요. 저희들이 꼭 확인하고 검토하도록 할게요. 저희는 할 수 있는 마지막까지 최선을 다해서 좋은 게임을 선보일 수 있도록 노력하겠습니다. 이거 제가 약속할게요. 그리고 여러분, 데모 버전은 피해 거짓 본편의 빙산의 일각일 뿐입니다. 이거 거짓이 아니거든요. 진실입니다.
Yeah, so like that's kind of like fun to like for him to play on the idea that in the lives of P, lying is the key to where essentially when you are the character, a huge determining factor on whether or not you are human or you are a puppet is derived from the fact that you're trying to discover like who you are, because in this game it's not a reliable measure of who you are if you can't just lie, because humans, to be a human is to know how to lie and when to lie, when you're programmed as a puppet to never lie, so you're always telling the truth, and the truth is not so much as something that you may want to give sometimes. It's just you telling the blatant facts to where, is this true, is this false, who knows? Because in the original Pinocchio story, it is a matter of whether or not Pinocchio is fighting, like, in his adventures to determine if he's truly human. So we can definitely expect to see two different or multiple endings based on your alignment between human and puppet. So who knows? That was a really good video from the director. I'm so excited to get back into the game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below about your theories of Lies of P, where the game will go, because this is a title that plays on the ideas of Pinocchio but with a darker storytelling. So I don't know what this game has in store for us. I don't know if Geppetto wants to be the Deo X that brings the world to sunder because of his puppets, or is Pinocchio the only person available and skilled to save the world because of my dad being the little megalomaniac? Who's to say? But let me know your theories down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, my name is Tyler, I'm your friend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.